Hey guys, it's Ashleen. I wanted to share with you some of my favorite products and one that just didn't work for me at all. And they're also quite cheap. I can give you, oh my gosh, excuse me. And I am in my dressing gown. I have genuine feelings for this dressing gown because it's so cold at the moment. So, the first product I wanted to show you was the RCMA No Color Powder. This one, if you watch a lot of YouTube, you'll notice that a lot of the makeup gurus use this. I found some really good websites. Now, I think this one was off a website called Adore Beauty, and I got it for $24, which is fantastic. It's just really, really good for baking under the eyes. Because I have such big open pores, it tends to blur the pores, which is really nice. So I just pop it into a little, just like a little Tupperware container, and then I just bake it. I don't know why, but I can't use a damp beauty blender to put on baking powder with, so I just use that. I just literally dab it in and then just pat it across where I need to. I'll also put it here because I get like an oil slick here. And since I've been using this, it's fantastic. You get quite a lot of product in it. It's 3 ounces, or it's like 177 mils or something like that. So you get quite a lot of product in there, and you're not using heaps, so you tend to find that it'll last you for ages. The other product that I wanted to share, now you'll see this in a lot of the makeup tutorials that I do, is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It doesn't have a shimmer in it. It's quite a nice cool toned one, so it doesn't sort of make you look too muddy. It smells like a holiday. It's like a beach coconut. It's beautiful. Gives off a really nice sheer. You can use it to bronze with. I also use it to contour with, and I've used it if I'm feeling a bit lazy. I'll just pop a bit on a big brush, dab it in, and then I'll just sort of pat it across my eyelids just to give some dimension back to the eye. So that's another one that I love. Now, you can get this one off iHerb for about $17. The Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation plus Concealer. I've only just got this. I've used it 3 times, and by the end of the day, I didn't look all shiny and yucky. So I don't know if it's using this and this in conjunction, or if this just works really well on its own. I'll have to have a play around and see. I'm in the color Light Natural, and it's a nice sort of full coverage one. It doesn't look like it has an SPF in it, but it is medium to full coverage. It's lightweight, oil-free, long-wearing, water-resistant and sweat-proof. So it'd be a good one to test out in our Australian summers and see how they go. But I really, really like this one. And I think I got this one. You can get it on Glam Raider, but you can also get it off Adore Beauty as well. This one's from Glam Raider. This is the BH Studio Pro. I find this one really, really good for the dark circles. There's no hiding these ones at the moment, but they're a lot better than if I didn't have it on. I just use the smallest amount, like I'm talking, get it, that much for both eyes, and I just dab it in using a Real Techniques pointed foundation brush. So you just press it in, and I tend to start here, go to like a upside down kind of triangle. Or I always tend to go 1 to 2 shades lighter than your natural or your foundation color, because you want to illuminate here. If you put a darker color, it'll draw it in and make your eyes look obviously a lot darker. We want to stop that from happening. This one I have found great because I have oily skin, but it's dehydrated. And this is fantastic. This is a Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel. So it's just like a gel consistency. And it just sinks into the skin beautifully. It doesn't leave me feeling greasy. I picked it up from Woolworths when I did my weekly shop. I just thought, oh, I'll try it, but it doesn't leave a film. Quite often, if I'm in a hurry, I'll just put it on and then I won't even need to use a primer. So that's really, really good as well. I picked this up because I ran out. I had an Eco Tools brush cleaner and I ran out of it and I went to buy more. But when I was getting a couple of things off the Glam Raider website, I found BH Studio Pro Makeup Brush Cleaner. And all you do with it is you just squirt the end of your brush like that, and then you just run it off on a tissue, and the stuff that comes off is just amazing, and it just comes up good. You give it a good wipe over with the tissue and it just, the muck on it dries off really quickly. I tend to do it as I'm using the brushes. If I don't have time, I'll lay them all out on my bathroom countertop and clean them in the evening, and that way they're dry for use the next day. Essence do some really lovely things. Really, really cheap. I think this is about $7 from Target. This is Essence Get Big Lashes Volume Boost Mascara. It's one I've got on at the moment, and I tend to must have a little bit of sensitive eyes, and I tend to get quite itchy and scratchy if I use too many different ones. But I wanted to give this a go because I saw Tati Westbrook, who is Glam Life Guru on YouTube, and she did a favorites and hate-its video on Essence products. This is one of the ones that I think that she liked. I can't remember 100%, but I went and tried it and it's really, really good. It gives maximum volume and extremely thick lashes. And all I have on my eyes is just a tiny bit of highlighter in the middle and the mascara, and it's just a really nice mascara, and it's nice to try different brands and get good results from them. I've been using the NYX Eyebrow Pencil in the colour Taupe. I love the little spoolie on the lid. It gives it's just a wind-up pencil, but because it's quite a fine tip on the pencil, you can just feather in really light strokes. I found this colour matches up with my hair colour really well. I've tried hundreds and hundreds of different brow pencils, but they're either too dark or too light. This one works really well for me. And it stays on all day, and they don't feel like crunchy, but they don't move at all. And I don't find needing to set them with like a clear brow gel or anything like that. There's two other things that I wanted to show you. One was the Mario Badescu Skincare Facial Spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. Now, you can use this on your hair, face, and skin throughout the day, just as like a hydration boost. But I've been finding that it's really, really good just to set powders. So once you've done your bake with your no colour powder and you've buffed the rest or the excess powder off, you just squirt some of this, sort of about that far away, and it dries off. But because it's got the rose water and the herbs and everything in it, it's sort of a little bit, I don't know, it's refreshing and cooling. So I can't wait to use this one in summer. I think this one will be beautiful on a really hot day in summer. If you stick it in the fridge, it'll be nice and cold on your skin. Now in Westfield Parramatta, and I know that there's a few shops around, they sell, it's a shop called Gloss. Now this is a really good, nice, big, fat buffing brush. This is made by BYS. It's a synthetic brush, and this is what I've been using to buff my foundation in with, and I really, really like it. So I'm going to, and I found that I haven't lost a lot of hair. Sometimes if you buy, this was $16.95. Sometimes if you buy different or cheaper buffing brushes, you have to pick the hairs off your face. I've had that with a few different ones, but this is really, really good. So I recommend trying that. But just Google gloss, as in like lip gloss, and locations, and it'll pop up where your closest one is. And this is really quick and easy, especially if you don't want to get makeup all over your hands. Use that. There's only one thing at the moment that I don't like. That's not to say that it won't work for you. But I got the Organic Wear CC Cream by Physicians Formula. The colour's beautiful. It's a nice light sheer coverage. Obviously, it's just a colour correction cream. It's not like a foundation or anything like that. But I found after 3 days using it, and I broke out in pimples all over, especially around this area. And after 2 hours, I had to touch up with a powder because I was so oily. I looked like I just dipped my face in a pot of oil. It was disgusting. But that's not to say it won't work for you. So I think this one's probably better or more aimed at someone with quite dry skin that doesn't have any problems with oil there anyway, because I get oily across here. So this just didn't work for me. But as I said, it's not to say that it's not going to work for you. So if you have got dry skin and you want a light base or a light moisturizer and not a full coverage foundation, then this might work for you, but it did not work for me. So anyway, there's just a few of the products that I really like. Now in the description box, I will put down the Adore Beauty website and the Glam Raider website, and I'll also list the products that I've talked about down in the description bar as well. I hope you guys have a great day and night wherever you might be, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, hooroo.